What's up, you guys? Alright, sorry this video is coming up late, but sometimes that's just the way it is. And this is like the third time I've recorded it, which is even more frustrating. So here we go, first watch week. I chose, let's get out of the shadows, wait. Oh, it's all shadows. I chose Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde from 1976. It runs 87 minutes long. This is the 35th anniversary edition, which is technically true. A little deceiving though, because there are no special features on here. A little disappointing. You know, would have been nice to see maybe a retrospective or some interviews, but whatever. This is the story of Bernie Casey. He's a doctor in Watts, California. And he works at what is probably the oddest combination building I've ever seen. It is a free clinic, a thrift store, and a laboratory. Awesome. He's a doctor there at the free clinic, but then he is also doing research to, what was it, regenerate liver cells, I believe. And so he has like rats and guinea pigs as test subjects. And he wants to test it on humans. So one day an older lady comes into the free clinic and she's about to die. He tests it on her and she turns into, she gets gray hair and like real pale. And she attacks one of the nurses, but then she ends up dying. So Bernie Casey's like, well, I'm going to test it on myself. And he does, and, he just looks goofy. Good goofy though. Stan Winston did the special or the makeup effects on this flick, and even though it looks goofy overall, they look good, because it's Stan Winston's work. And really, Bernie Casey ends up going after primarily prostitutes. There's some pimps thrown in, but mostly prostitutes. We learn later in the film that he has a very sad background where his mother worked at a whorehouse, cleaning up after the ladies and stuff. And one day, when Bernie Casey was little, she just kind of dropped dead. He went and knocked on all the doors of the ladies and no one would come out and help. So it's kind of his revenge in a way. But, now that he's given himself a few shots of this serum, it never fully leaves his body. So, it's just kind of, and then he's fond of this one prostitute, Rosalind Cash's character. And, he wants to test it on her, and it's a big mess. The first half of this movie, I think, is more entertaining. It flows better than the second half. I thought there were a lot of kind of long stretches they could have shortened a little bit. But the end, the ending was good. You get to see the Watts Towers, and well, you can pretty much figure out what happens at the end, but I'm not going to say. The acting was fine. Granted, the whole movie is cheesy, but the acting was fine. This one you could really sit down and just kind of riff on the entire movie. But it was entertaining. It was. You open it up, you've got some nice disc art. And, the tagline on the back is something. A screaming demon rages inside, turning him into Mr. Hyde. Don't give him no sass or he'll kick yo ass. I'm not making that up. That's what it says. But it was good. You know what? It was entertaining. If you find this movie, this DVD for like $1 or $2, pick it up. It's worth a watch. Or if it's on Netflix, give it a watch. It was entertaining. Horror, yes, technically it's a horror movie. But you get a little bit of blood. I could see when the couple characters transform. That it's a little spooky, but not really. I would have liked to see more transformations, more going after different characters, but I can only imagine this was quite a low budget movie back in the day, so they did the best they could. So there we go, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde, starring Bernie Casey and Rosalind Cash. Check it out. So I hope everyone is doing well. Please check out everyone else's videos, and I will catch you next week.